So no more words for me. Let's give a big hand to Romescu, the president of Augmented Citizen Foundation and founder of Welcome.
So sorry. So we'll try to fix the presentation. So before to start, no, it was before was okay. So 800, 600. Yeah, that's it. It's working. So to start, what is ARWEST? So augmented reality, wearable, and smart things. So how many people have at this moment? So when you think of wearable, wearable is something very old. So Alexander the Greatest has his armor. You can see from the back. So this is what you see on the glasses. So everything is on the glasses. But we come to the Elizabeth. So in Elizabeth time, the wristwatch was on the hand, and the men's have the watches on the pants. So at the beginning in China, the abacus ring. So then we are coming nowadays with telespherics. Have you heard about Morton Heilig? Who heard about Morton Heilig here? Nobody? But Oculus, who heard about Oculus? Okay, great. This was the first Oculus. So then the Seiko TV watch, 82. James Bond in film Octopussy. So I go through because I heard from Cristiano that there was something wrong with this. So this was the first Sony glass Tron. So 97. So micro-optical. So Mark Spitzer normally is now in Google glasses team. So you see, 82. And I love this, the power generating soul that converts heat from your feet into electricity. So you are just walking and produce electricity. And jewelry, you have in jewelry. So Sony glasses, how many people have seen the Sony glasses? Great, so I know it, Christian, you have seen everything. But you were in the Barcelona stadium? No? Okay. Who was in Barcelona stadium? Oh, great. We have someone here. So, Sensimoto. It's a wearable sensor is aimed at healthcare. So, Moto 360. How many people heard about Moto 360? Are you Android developers? How many Android developers we have here? Okay, great. So then it's a German company, Dash Smart in-ear headphones. So you can measure your heart rate variability, oxygen saturation, body temperature, how many calories you burn, and it's water resist. So you put on your air and you can have all this information. On-signal biometric smartwear. So they said, okay, we don't build some, on your hand on your smartwatch and so on, just build directly on your t-shirt. and make all the measurement from your t-shirt. So, electrocardiograms. So, I think Christiana told you about this, and I'll go through. But what I love, and it's best, is the iWatch. So I like this picture. So what we have in the iWatch, the next iWatch? It can be like this. So a lot of designers try to build an image of the iWatch. But what I love more is the drum pants. Have you heard about drum pants? So you can put on pants everything. So piezoelectric strips with MIDI, control box, can have everything in your pants. And what I love more is emotive. You heard about emotive? Okay, have you worked with it? No? Okay, I have the first generation of emotive. On the first generation of emotive, you have the sensors are wet, so you must put on your head and you must wet the sensors. But in the next generation, they have 14 sensors and it's not wet. So you can make all the measurement and you can put just on your head and you can make everything and measure your how can I say, your AEG. And but wearables are very cool. From day to day, you have a new wearable. When you take a look at a Kickstarter, you have wearable, every day are coming 5 to 10 new projects. So what is the rate of the hardware? What is the life of the hardware for the next time? So the people that are wearable, 1 of 3, they drop out the wearable. And this is for me very interesting because now the hardware was software for some 15, 20 years ago. So you build the hardware, but you don't know if you can see this hardware in 6 months. So you have no security that this hardware will live in the next 6 months or 1 year, because will come someone else and build a new feature, and the people will love more this hardware and wearables. So, but don't worry. So our friends from US saved this, and it's a company that said that with Google Glasses, you can shop around the corners. Is not cool? And this is me, and I hope that I make a very quick and short way on the wearable, augmented reality, and smart things. So if you have questions, please, I'm here to answer your questions. I have some toys here. So, do you know this? Have you played with it? Okay, great. This one. So, on my hand I have a Sony smartwatch. Why I love? Because it's just a microcontroller and is working 4 days without to charge. And I have a notification here. Then what I have with me is a prototype. So Terence told you about the Firefox. This is a prototype from Firefox. You can give from hand to hand and take in your hand and test it. So what I have here, so beacons. Who knows what is a beacon here? Can you tell us?
Some hardware device that automatically detects via Bluetooth your person or your phone is nearby and does something.
So a beacon can inform you about the distance, about identity. So I have a beacon here, and because you have a very good answer, you win this beacon. So come on, guys. So I have here a Miracast. You know Chromecast from Google? You are using it? No? Why? Have you tried Miracast with Android? So I have here a Miracast from Alcatel on touch. So in the break, you can come and you can see all the hardware that I have with me. And I have very interesting hardware. So have you heard about Tango? No one? Tango? Have you worked on Tango? Nobody here? It's Android. What is special to Tango is that Tango has the same projector, unified projector as Kinect, the old Kinect. So PrimaSense, normally now is Apple, but another 3 companies in Israel build the same thing, so the projector. So in the break you can touch it, but please not write too much. So I promise the guys that it's an alpha project and not to write about it. So what I have more? How am I having in my luggage? I have a Leap Motion. So have you worked with Leap Motion? Have you satisfied, or have you used the last SDK, the beta for fingers to identify? And it's working well? Okay. So questions? No questions? So I think it's not so interesting as security, but wearable is very interesting because on wearable you need more security. So you have more security at this moment. You have infrastructure. I think it's a very open space for developers. I have here a question.
Please, Dan, could you tell me how accurate are the, let's say, wearable devices for health, like the inputs and the censorship, the sensors? Does it tell you with what kind of accuracy your health status? I mean, how exact the data is?
Yeah, normally we have data, but you know that every data is interpreted because it depends on the connection that you have. For example, on beacons, the distance depends on what for a Bluetooth chip you have on your smartphone. So it's working very well with Nexus 5, I think with Sony Xperia, but we have some bad experience with other phones, so the distance was really false. So you have, for example, at 1 meter, and they said it's 50 meters or 20 meters from you.
How about the health devices?
So health devices, I have not so much experience. I don't use it, really. So quantified, it's not my area at this moment. But I'm very good and positive for the beacons, and I think the beacons will be the next big step that we'll see everywhere to guide us, to help us to find some information. Questions? Yes? In the back?
Hello. Where do you think that we will draw the line
From the wearable?
for the wearables? Exactly.
I think the smartwatches, because I saw a lot of companies are evolving in the smartwatching spaces, and the next smartwatches will conquer the market.
But the other devices, do you see a future for them?
I don't believe.
You use glasses.
Yeah, I use glasses, and glasses, yes, but I think in 5 years, 3 to 5 years. So I'm very optimistic, so I say 3 years, but normally it will be 5 years. Because at this, I can tell you the quality is very good, the usability is very good, but the hardware is not a strong point. So you have the battery, you have problem with the battery, you have problem with, because when you put a big battery, then you cannot have on your head. So you need maybe other design, to have other design for the glasses. And a big difference between monocular and videoscopic. So on monocular, it's more, how can I say, you have notification and such stuff, but you cannot use every day, so it's just for notification. But on videoscopic it's much better, so on Novelio, BT200 for example.
Doesn't affect your life?
No, I have no problem, really have no problem, because you don't use so much, so how can I say, you have notification, but you will not look completely video on your glasses. Second one, we talk about virtual reality and Oculus is completely other story. So on virtual reality and Oculus, I see some big problems, because after some time you have some, how can I say, headache. So I play a lot with Oculus, and after 20 minutes I have some headache, because you don't have your completely sensing. So you have the Oculus, then you are completely out from outside. So balance and all this stuff is going out.
I had the same feeling with 3D TVs. You didn't mention, but it's also...
Yeah, that's why a lot of people doesn't buy, and it was not a success, as the people said, for some 4 or 5 years ago.
Thank you.
So it was someone here in front.
Hello, my name is Radu, and I'm thinking that the wearable market right now is really young, and as the same for PC, I know and I feel that Apple had great success because they have their hardware in sync. What do you think about in the near future if we are going to have the wearables to be using the same hardware for better efficiency in communication between them? Because right now I think that a lot of people don't like hardware performance for wearables because they don't have the same architecture, or they don't think the same way, they don't have the same producer.
Yeah, I think, take a look at the how can I say, at the map. I think Samsung will come with integrated solution, but not open. So they force now Tizen. I don't know how many people have programming Tizen before. So it's hard. So you must learn every 6 months or 1 year new languages. So Apple has now Swift, Samsung has Tizen. I don't know where we're going. So we'll evolve, like, you know, with more and more programming languages in the place to have a completely how can I say, heterogeneous platform. That's why I appreciate Android, because it's open source. So I can tell you, I was last days at Google, and I talked with Google and said, hey guys, can you help us? Because I organized DroidCon, which is the biggest Android developer conference. And I talked with them and said, hey, can you help us? And from Google they said, you know, Android is no more our baby. So Android they lost Android from their, how can I say, from their vision. Because when you take a look at Nokia X, so Nokia X has its own app store. So will come more developers or more OEMs that said, okay, I can build my own app store. So I can build my interface, new app store. So will appear a lot of segmentation in Android. But from the other side, it's very good because it's open. It's open source. So I don't know how many people are developing open source stuff and how many people are developing so closed application from here. Open source projects. And the other closed, so closed systems. Okay. Good. More questions? So we have 30 seconds. The last 30 seconds. Who put the last question can win something. An interesting question. No question? Okay, so I'm there. So we have 20 minutes, 30 seconds.
Hello, my name is Andre. What do you think about the fact that today or a few days ago, I don't know exactly, the theater actually banned Google Glasses from being used during the movies? So, and this comes after the same theater also had a politics against texting while you're in the theater.
Yeah, normally you have, that's the problem at this moment. So you don't have social rules for glasses. You don't have social rules for wearable. So at this moment, everything is in a gray zone. So that's why I think for the first, because normally we are the early adopters, and I see a lot of problems because when I talk with someone and I have my glasses, everyone said, "Are you film? Are you make a video now?" I say, "No." Then it must be something like I put my glasses like this, and then everyone is clear for them that, so I don't film, so I'm open to talk. Because many people don't talk when they think that they will film. So second, so it's public space, private space, personal space, depends on what space you are. So this is not defined at this moment. But can you take and think a little, you go to London and you have everywhere cameras. So what's the difference that I have my glasses on my head? Can you tell me? Excuse me?
The cameras are impersonal.
Yeah, but I'm from the government, and from the government is going to the NSA, from the NSA is going to there and there. But the government can use this against me? I'm not sure. But this is a discussion, this is a very long discussion about. So thank you very much.